Now, on a daily basis, I'll typically get a comment on a build video asking, is this build still relevant? Would you still use this build today? What is your favorite, type of build to use, this exotic or that exotic, what have you? So, instead of just answering each and every single comment about it, what I thought about doing is just do like my current top 3 for each of these exotics that everyone keeps requesting. Now, the number one exotic that I get requested is the Pestilence. Everybody loves the Pestilence ever since it first came out in year one. And rightfully so, it's a very, very powerful exotic LMG. Now, in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 different ways that I currently run the Pestilence. Now, 2 out of the 3 builds I've never shown before with the Pestilence, and one of them I have. So it'll be up to you to see which one of these might look familiar and which 2 uh, might have you scratching your head. But I don't want to spoil it. Let's go ahead and jump in. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. And in today's build video, I'm going to give to you my favorite top 3 Pestilence builds that I run right now in Year 5 Season 2. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comments section below. Now, there's going to be 3 different ways that I'm going to show you how to run the Pestilence. One is going to be one of the hardest hitting ways to ever use the Pestilence, where you're getting around 1.4 to 1.5 million damage per tick. Another one, I'm going to show you the opposite end of the spectrum, the most survivability. And that one is amazing, I'm telling you. I get into some really sticky situations, and I don't use any armor kits or anything, and you'll see. And then the third one is actually going to be the fastest firing Pestilence build in the game. So those last 2 are actually going to be the ones that are going to be brand new. I'm spoiling it. I don't care. Let's go ahead and start with the first one, shall we? Here we go. So the first one we're going to start with is one of the hardest hitting ones in the game. Now, why I am saying one of the hardest hitting, because if you were to switch out these knee pads for Sawyer's exotic knee pads, you could hit harder, but that's the only way to make this build hit harder than what it currently does. Now, the reason why I am not using the Sawyer's knee pads for this build is I personally just do not like those Sawyer knee pads. You have to sit and cover for what is it, like 10 seconds or something like that, and I just get bored. I don't know. I play too aggressive. I do too much running and gunning, and even with something like Umbra Initiative, even sitting in cover for 5 seconds for me personally is just a little too much. But 10 seconds, forget about it. So instead of using the Sawyer's knee pads, I'm using the next best thing, the Fox's Prayer. So this is the hardest hitting Pestilence build for run and gun purposes, where the Sawyer's knee pads would be the hardest hitting combination for you sitting in cover for 10 seconds and then running around. So this one has a little bit more versatility, in my opinion, and it just fits my playstyle better. And I'll show you. I mean, this thing is ridiculously fun. But getting ahead of myself, let's start off with the specialization. We're using the gunner specialization. The reason being is you get a faster reload on every 3rd reload. You get armor on kill. You get bonus armor every time you pop an armor kit. And you get the Banshee Pulse. Now, the Banshee Pulse is one of my favorite skills to use in PvE, and I use it every once in a while in PvP. I'll dabble with it a little bit, a little dabble. But those are the reasons why I'm using it. But you can use whatever specialization you want. It truly doesn't matter. For this first build setup, all you need is the Pestilence and this build combination, and you will be hitting for some astronomical numbers. I mean, way, way higher than you would ever think. Just at the firing range, it's around 1.4 to 1.5 million. So when you're actually out in the open world or doing whatever, you're going to be seeing even harder or even higher numbers because those enemies are going to be even beefier. And if you're with teammates and things like that, you'll be able to get your teammate buffs and be able to hit even harder as well. But yeah, use whatever specialization you want. Doesn't matter. Now, for this build combination, here's our Pestilence. We're sitting at Expertise 19, so you can get this 5% higher if you want. Now, as far as the total damage, we're sitting at 124.1k. That's with everything maxed out: LMG, damage targets out of cover, and armor damage. But it's all about the talent Plague of the Outcasts. So hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage. Over 10 seconds stacks up to 50. That is weapon damage only. This is not a status effect. This isn't based off of headshots. This isn't based off of crits. It is purely based off of weapon damage. Now, with that being said, how are we increasing that weapon damage? Well, we're increasing this weapon damage by amplifying and using multiplicatives. So multiplicatives like health damage, damage to armor, damage targets out of cover, and amplifying it with Perfect Glass Cannon. Now, going into more of a deep dive, let's start off with the mask. So we're using the Hollow Man mask. This is the named Y'all Gear mask. Now you can get the blueprint for this in Descent, or you can get this from the Dark Zone, Conflict, or named item caches. Now what makes this mask so sought after is it comes with health damage as an attribute. Now that health damage is 10%. That is way higher than the typical 5% you would get from running 3 pieces of Walker and Harris. Now, not only that, but with it being Y'all Gear, you get hazard protection. This one has max weapon damage for the core. I have max crit hit damage and a max crit chance mod. For the backpack, we're using Walker and Harris. We do have 2 pieces of Walker and Harris. Now, the 2-piece brand set bonus we get for this build, we get weapon damage and damage to armor. Both of those help out the Pestilence. Looking at the attributes, we have max weapon damage for the core, max crit chance, crit hit damage with a max crit chance mod, and vigilance on that backpack talent. Now this increases our total weapon damage by 25%. However, every time we take damage, that will disable the buff for 4 seconds. Going down the chest piece, we have the Sacrifice. This is the named Providence defense chest piece with Perfect Glass Cannon. Now, Perfect Glass Cannon, all the damage you deal is amplified by 30%. However, all the damage you take is amplified by 60%. I understand that looks like a lot and sounds like a lot, and it's because it is. However, if you use this just like all your other builds, you'll be just fine. They're not going to destroy you, and in fact, the Pestilence ticks are going to hit them so hard, either they're going to run away, they're going to run into cover, or they're just going to die right there in front of you. It's pretty damn wicked. I'll show you the gameplay here in a second. Now, as far as the Providence brand set bonus, we do get 15% headshot. For the attributes, we have max weapon damage for the core, max crit chance, crit hit damage with a max crit chance mod. Going to the gloves, we have the Contractor's gloves. Best in slot gloves, especially for an LMG build, which we're using. Now, the reason being is it's Petrov gloves, which give us 10% LMG damage. We also get armor damage from an attribute, with it being Contractors. We have max weapon damage for that core and max crit chance. Going down the knee pads, Fox's Prayer knee pads. We're using this for the damage to targets out of cover. We also have max weapon damage for the core and max crit chance. And finally, we have the other piece of Walker and Harris, our holster. Now, our holster has max weapon damage for the core, max crit chance, and crit hit damage. And that is the build. Pretty simple. As far as the skills, secondary, sidearm, all these things you can change to fit your playstyle. It doesn't matter. This is one of those hardest hitting type of deals where you put this on, you show people how ridiculous it is, probably run with your friends to show how much damage you can do, and then you're pretty much good to go. But before I show you the gameplay on this bad boy, let me just show you what it does in the firing range, and then we'll show you what it does in the actual, gameplay. So coming down here to the firing range, we'll do 5 meters. All right, not too shabby. And then Invulnerable Elite, like always. And like I said, there's no Sawyers, so you can just sit here and just shoot. And it doesn't matter if you shoot the chest or the head, you're still going to get the same number. So watch. Here you go. 1.44. So we're sitting at 1.44 million per tick. And this is without Sawyers or anything, just sitting here. Pretty damn cool. All right, so that one was 1.44 million per tick on the dot. Now let me go through the stats, and then we'll run that gameplay. So here are the stats for your Pestilence with your all red. And this is the hardest hitting for running and gunning. Like, obviously, if you want to put on Sawyers, you can do that, but you're going to have to sit and cover for quite some time. But with this setup, we're at 124.1k weapon damage, 58 crit chance, 93 crit damage, 100 headshot. Don't forget about that armor and health damage with damage to targets out of cover. Now, going to the offensive tab, we are at 124% all weapon damage bonus and 40% LMG damage bonus. So every time we're using the Pestilence with this all red setup, we're sitting at 164% damage bonus total. Now, just a reminder, we do have Vigilance, Perfect Glass Cannon. Defensive tab, we're over 800k armor, 80k armor on kill, and 346k health, with 10% explosive resistance, and that's due to my watch level. So here's my disclaimer for all these builds, and I'm just going to do this disclaimer once. So I am currently at watch level 5,978. That means all these boxes are maxed out 50 of 50. Now, if you are at or above shade level 1,000, you can copy and paste my build and get the exact same numbers and results. However, if you are below shade level 1,000, some of these boxes are not going to be maxed out. Therefore, some of your numbers are going to be lower whenever you go to copy and paste my build. It's okay. Don't freak out. It's still a great build to use, I promise you. Just try it out and let me know what you think in the comments. But, all right, that is the all-red setup. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and then we'll jump to the next Pestilence build. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Don't forget, hit that like, subscribe, and roll that footage. Hup-ya! Alrighty, so the all DPS, let's see here. Let's go with Striker Drone, and then we'll go with, we can go with the Banshee. Why not? I like the Banshee. Alright, let's see, some quick gameplay. We'll do Heroic, and we'll do a Classified Assignment. Now this is the all red build. Now I already showed you what the ticks can do. Now let me show you what the gameplay looks like. Now obviously the gameplay will differ depending on your play style and how many people you have in your team. I'm just playing by myself, and I typically play very aggressive, so just heads up. But this is our all red version, then we'll have an all blue version, and then a about a half and half. Here we go. But now you can see Pestilent ticks. They're just all transferring. Boom. And boom. Easy.
Hostile radio intercepted.
Secure the vault. We can't afford to lose that ordnance. Copy that.
And your ticks are hitting so hard that as long as you're hitting your target and getting those ticks to activate, I mean, you can just sit back and watch everything die. It's pretty damn amazing. Let's see if I can do that again. Let's see. It seems to have worked. Everything's dying from the tick. Yeah. There you go. Nice. Oh, I forgot that one.
Backup. At National Bond, division agents have infiltrated the building. Copy that.
And this just gets even nastier once you have teammates and things like that. I mean, you get their aggro away from you, and then you get your stacks into the enemy. It is ridiculous how high you can get. That 1.4 million or whatever, that was just at the targeting range. It gets way higher, especially depending on what boss you're hitting and what type of health or armor damage you're working with. Oops, I forgot about that purple. Oops. It's all good. There we go. And now all we're doing is just getting our stacks up. Everything's just super easy. And then check this one out. So, mess everyone up. Get the stacks on the boss, and then watch this. Boom.
Agent, check that computer for intel.
Boom.
Might shed some light on what the True Sons have been doing here.
Check it out, watch. Look. Just watch. Ugh. Just watch. Boom. And now they're all dead. Oh man, I love the Pestilence. That's the all red. But you could see I'm just clearing out rooms. All I have to do is find the heaviest hitter, get those stacks, and everything dies.
The True Sons identified several vulnerable areas in our perimeter. We can use this info to shore up our defenses. Good work, Agent.
Boom. And that was the all red. I mean, pretty damn simple. And it only gets better when you're with a team. And if you do, focus the heavies or the elites first, let the ticks do the damage for you, because remember, it's all about those pestilent ticks whenever you're doing something as high of a damage as this, because you want those ticks to do the work for you. So fire, all of your stacks into the heaviest boss or heaviest enemy, and then watch those stacks go from one enemy to the next, and the next thing you know, you clear the entire room just from shooting one enemy. So that was pretty cool. I mean, you just saw right there when I killed the boss, I think I sat there and the last 6 enemies or so, 6 or 7 enemies, all died off of the same ticks that I had on that initial boss. So, all right, that was the all red. Let's jump to the next. All right, so you got that one, all red. We get it. All red, hardest hitting, blah, say blah, who cares, right? All right, let's go to the opposite end of that spectrum. And now we're going to go all survivability, all blues. Now, this one I use in the Dark Zone. This is really fun in the Dark Zone. Now, I will show you Dark Zone footage right after this build breakdown of me using this on heroic landmarks, and I'll also shoot an agent for you and show you what it's like in a little bit of a player versus player action. But let's start off with the build. We are using the same specialization, the same secondary and sidearm, and again, the skills don't matter. Now, we do have the same exact weapon, with it being the Pestilence. However, let's talk about this build. So we have 4 pieces of Foundry Bulwark with the chest and backpack. We have the Catharsis exotic mask and the Bellstone Armory gloves. Now, why this setup? Well, it's pretty simple. We have 2.1 million armor, right? The Catharsis, that exotic, that heals us, takes away status effects, and it gives us more weapon damage for our Pestilence. So that is a no-brainer. The Foundry Bulwark, the chest piece and the backpack, it heals 1/3 of all of our damage we take. It heals it back to us within 10 seconds. So, I mean, that's pretty damn good. Now, not only that, but I do have Bellstone Armory on here as well, and everything rolled to armor regen. So we have armor regen with makeshift repairs and the Catharsis. I mean, this is just survivability on survivability on survivability. Let's be real. This is probably one of the most unkillable tank builds you're going to have. Truly. This thing's crazy stupid. The only way to make this more of a tank is maybe go like Bellstone Armory chest with like Unbreakable maybe. But I feel like that was a little bit of overkill. I just went with the Bellstone gloves, and it works just fine, trust me. But if you want this to be even more toxic, I mean, I'd probably put on the Unbreakable. All right, so let's talk about the Pestilence for this build setup. We're sitting at 74.7k with this one, but remember we do have 2.1 million armor. Now this one is also at expertise 19, so again we are 5% away from max, so you could get this one to hit even harder. Now as far as the build, let's go ahead and break down the gear set. So for the chest piece, we get that improved materials talent. This gives us 30% of our repairs. And then for the backpack, we get that extra talent process refinery, which gives us that 30% back in 10 seconds. All right. So whenever we are talking about that, we get 30% in 10 seconds. So Foundry Bulwark, the gear set bonuses for this build, we get 10% total armor, 1% armor regen, and 50% shield health. We're not using a shield because I can't get myself to running shields, really. I do it for a build video every now and then, but to be honest, I hate shields. Anyways, for the 4-piece talent, we get makeshift repairs. So whenever myself or my shield take damage, we get 30% of that amount back repaired over 10 seconds. Pretty damn sick. Now, as far as the attributes, oh, by the way, we have, 80% incoming repairs on this build too. Just so you know. This thing is stupid with the survivability. It truly is. It's really fun. This is a lot of fun to use. As far as the attributes, we have max armor for the core, max armor regen with max incoming repairs. For the chest piece, max armor for the core, max armor regen, and max incoming repairs. For the knee pads, max armor for the core and max armor regen. And for the holster, max armor for the core and max armor regen. For the gloves, we do have Bellstone armor. We're just going all full tilt survivability. So we get armor regen and hazard from the gloves, max armor for the core, and then armor regen of 1% from the Bellstone Armory brand set bonus. And then the cherry on top is this bad boy, the Catharsis mask. Now this thing is just ridiculously fun. So we get armor, incoming repairs, and armor regen, which we're using all of those with this build. We have incoming repairs for the mod, and then the vicious cycle talent. So taking damage builds a stack, cap of 30, and at max stacks you get 30% weapon damage. So every stack you get 1% weapon damage going up to 30. Now, whenever you get injured or shot at max stacks, it will take away all your stacks, it will heal you, and it will take away all of your status effects. So that really helps out against those skill builds and things like that. But this thing, so much fun, because you can run around with 20 to 30% weapon damage extra, and then whenever you get shot, okay, so it heals you. I mean, come on, this thing's really, really good. And that's it. I mean, this was a pretty quick build breakdown because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just armor, armor regen, incoming repairs, foundry, catharsis, good to go. Now, as far as the skills, I make it even harder for people to kill me. I'm using the Defender drone, and I'm using the EMP sticky to stagger people. I mean, this thing is just really, really fun to use in the Dark Zone. Now, as far as the weapon stats, we're at 74.7k for that weapon damage, 25k for PvP. As far as the offensive tab for this one, we're only at 29% and 30, so what is that, 59% total? And then for that defensive tab, we're over 2.1 million armor, 211k armor on kill with 71.9k armor regen per second. Oof. Over 346k health. And then we do have a little bit of hazard, but it is what it is. It's all about that incoming repairs, though, at 80%. Yeesh. This thing, I'm telling you, try it out. All right, so this was the all blue. All right, so we have done all red. We have done all blue. So let me show you the gameplay on this bad boy, and then we'll get to the next one, all right? So I hope you enjoy. This is going to be in the Dark Zone. And if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, support the channel by subscribing, and roll that footage. Yeah. All right, so for this one, we'll do some Dark Zone. And we'll see what numbers we can hit with the Dark Zone.
Vehicles on site.
Nice. Too bad it spread to his turret and not him. It doesn't matter. Boom. There we go. Easy peasy. I'm gonna try not to use any med kits or anything. Just try to face tank everything I can. I've got this heroic landmark highlighted, so we'll do that. I'll show you what it's like here in the Dark Zone. We'll extract, you know, whatever. And then we'll move on to the next. But first we saw the all red that was hitting ridiculously hard. And this is the opposite end of that spectrum, the all blue. So there's absolutely nothing for damage in this build. And then I'll show you something that's really fun and in between an all blue and all red. You'll like it, I promise. But let's do some Dark Zone. Here we go. Yeah, it's burning through them. And you can see my armor keeps going right back up.
Incoming hostiles
There we go.
detected.
So that was pretty quick. I mean, the Pestilence ticks, it's just ridiculous. Oh yeah, the Catharsis is actually adding to our DPS. That's right. So we do actually have one thing that is contributing to our damage, and that is the Catharsis.
Serious trauma detected.
Alright. Let me reload. There we go. There. But you can see just by reloading, I'm already back at full armor. And we're back at it. Boom. We got it going. Oh, way up top. Alright, going. Boom.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
But even by like purposely, you know, putting myself in these like sticky situations where like all of them are shooting me at once, you can see where I still don't even have to use an armor kit. We're still able to get through them pretty damn quick. Oh. Oh, snap. Like right here, where it's like I'm on fire, I'm confused, my health is really low, or my armor's low. But then we're right back into it. What is that, a drone? Yeah, that drone hurts. There we go.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
I think I'm leaving the boss for last. Max stacks on the boss. Let's just watch him die. There you go. Boom.
Contaminated gear detected.
Didn't have to use an armor kit or anything.
Landmark has been cleared.
Super easy. Alright, let's hit this box. See if I get anything out of this box. Probably not. Yeah, Sokolov.
Contaminated gear.
Oh, cabaret. Yo, I picked up 2 cabarets. What are the odds? I get 2 named items and they're the exact same named item. Yeesh. Alright, let's get out of here. But, I mean, this is just seamless. You could use this in a team and be unstoppable. You could be the tank that everyone's going after,
Initiated.
and then have all your buddies just... Ooh, y'all gear chest. Nice. Nice. But just have your buddies do the face tanking, and then you just sit there and, you know, be the bullet sponge. I mean, it's pretty easy to survive. And then if not, you do have that catharsis that heals you for 5% of your armor. And it takes away all the status effects. Alright, here we go. Get some more ammo.
Chopper inbound.
Extraction.
But I mean, even just sitting here, you can see my catharsis indicator is probably around 27, 26, 27. So that means I'm getting around, you know, 27% weapon damage. Just for that sitting here static. There we go. Anyone on our nearby? Let's see. Nope. Nobody on our nearby. DZ's pretty quiet. I tell you what, though, the Dark Zone and Division Resurgence has been popping. Holy crap. I never knew that game would be as big as it's looking. It's going to be a good one.
Extraction helo.
All right, we have
Almost
20
in range.
seconds. Anyone on our nearby? Negative. Anyone in the game? Oh, someone's extracting down south. Yeah, that's probably why. GG's. All right. So again, just for reference, here is the Foundry Bulwark build with Bellstone Armory and then the Catharsis. I'm getting the faster repairs and stronger repairs because I'm using the backpack and the chest piece. And I'm getting all of my status effects purged with healing from the Catharsis and weapon damage from the Catharsis. And no one's on the nearby. I don't think anyone's going to show up. Looks to be like a farming lobby or something. There's only one landmark open and then that one extraction.
30 seconds left. Confuse lead.
Oh, another heroic just popped right back up as well. Alright, I'll probably do some more DZ farming. But let me know what you think about this one. This is the all blue Foundry Bulwark. And then the armor region on here is 71.9k per second. And that is without the makeshift repairs or the catharsis. So remember, we do get those 33% damage that we take is healed back within 10 seconds from the Foundry Bulwark. And then we also get that healing cloud from the catharsis. All right, so you saw all red. Here is your all blue.
Extraction complete.
Who's this?
Helo is headed back.
All right, screw it. Let's go.
Initiating roll protocol.
I'll let this tax kill you. Nice.
Detecting contaminated
Hey. Sorry, man. I had to. I was just about to sign off and go to the next build, but I saw you. I had to pop rogue. I apologize. Welcome to the Dark Zone. All right, let's move on. All right, so this one is going to be your last of the 3 Pestilence builds, and this one, in my opinion, is the most fun to run out of the 3. The reason being is the RPM and the overall damage. It's just ridiculous. So without further ado, here's my favorite of the 3. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? And here is your last Pestilence build of the video. I mean, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. And let's go ahead and jump right in. This is your fastest firing Pestilence. Now, what do I mean by fastest firing? Well, it's pretty simple. Just sitting right here, we're at 688 RPM. However, that will go up over 825 just from this crazy build setup. So our Pestilence is sitting at 103k total damage. We will be hitting at over 825 RPM, and we have 1.3 million armor. So we're able to face tank, run and gun, do the whole 9. I mean, obviously we will have to sit into cover a little bit, but not as much as the Sawyer's knee pad. So in my opinion, that's good to go. Now, Before we jump into that pestilence part, remember we are using the same specialization. We are using the same secondary and sidearm. And again, the skills do not matter. The only thing I want you to check out is this build combination and the pestilence. Now, the pestilence, again, expertise 19, so it is 5% away from max. Just a reminder, everything else is maxed out. So that 103k can go up higher only by doing expertise. Now, this one isn't all red and it's not all blue. I tried to do one in the middle. However, with that being said, we do have 4 red core attributes and 3 blue core attributes. So it is a little bit more towards the damage side. Now, how is that possible? Well, it's because of the backpack, Ninja Bike backpack. So this thing is one of the coolest exotics in the game. Reason being is it comes with all 3 core attributes, so it's transparent with any build. It's universal. You can use this in a DPS build. You can use this in a tank build. You can use this in a skill build. It truly doesn't matter. This thing is a jack of all trades. Now, with that being said, we do have a crit chance mod on here, but also this talent resourceful. So resourceful will slot in with any brand set or gear set and give you a set bonus. Now, for example, we have 3 Umbra. So with the Ninja Bike, it gives us 4 Umbra. And with 2 Striker, with the Ninja Bike, it gives us 3. So we're getting the RPM from the Striker. We're getting the RPM from the Umbra. We are getting the weapon handling from the Striker, and we're getting the crit from the Umbra. So you can see where this combination is pretty damn fun for the Pestilence. Just, I'll let you listen to the RPM here in a second. Now, speaking of Umbra, let's start off with the chest piece, because the chest piece gives you that extra talent from the shadows. Now, this is what you want for an Umbra build. You want the chest piece because that gives you 100% for those stacks. So you get the 100% crit hit damage, but then you also get the 30% RPM buff. So 100% crit damage. That means we're sitting at 181 crit damage total with over 825 RPM. Like, come on, man. And this is with a pestilence? Bruh. You could use this with any weapon and it would destroy. But the pestilence is where it's at. Back to Umbra Initiative. Let's talk about these gear set bonuses. We get crit chance 15%. We get reload speed 30%, which is good because we also get reload speed from the gunner specialization. And then we get the from the shadows and into the light. Now, from the shadows, while we are in cover, we get 20 stacks per second, stacking up to 100. Each stack will give us 1% crit hit damage and 0.3 RPM. Now, that's where I get the 100% crit hit damage and the 30% RPM, because all you have to do is, put it up to 100. Now, it says that that buff will not apply if you are shooting from cover. So you have to get your stacks in cover, and then you have to get out of cover for those stacks to show up. Now, when you're out of cover, that is the into the light talent. So that one gives you healing stacks, and then whenever you jump back into cover, it will heal you. Now, as far as these Umbra pieces, let's talk about the attributes. For the mask, we have max weapon damage, crit hit damage, and crit chance for the mod. For the chest piece, we have max weapon damage, crit chance, and a crit chance mod. And then for the holster, we have max armor for the core and max crit hit damage. Now for the Striker gear set bonuses, we get weapon handling 15%. Now remember, weapon handling is swap speed, reload speed, accuracy, stability, all of that. So this really does help out the Pestilence. And then the 3-piece gives us the rate of fire, which helps this one become the fastest firing. Now, as far as the attributes, we have max weapon damage and max armor, and max crit hit damage. And then for the knee pads, we have max weapon damage and crit chance. And that's the build. I tried to go through these as quick as possible. I'm sorry, I'm like running out of breath. I'm like holding my breath and just trying to talk as fast as possible. I hope I went through it in a timely manner. Now, with that being said, just a reminder, you can use whatever skills, whatever secondary and sidearm, and whatever specialization you want. I'm just telling you, the gunner is probably your best bet for the Pestilence. Now, for the weapon stats, this is for your Umbra, Striker, Ninja Bike hybrid. We're at 103k weapon damage, 55 crit chance, 81 crit hit damage, but that goes up to 181 with those Umbra stacks. We have 85 headshot. Don't forget about the armor damage and damage to targets at a cover. Going to the offensive tab, we're at 89% all weapons damage bonus and 30% LMG damage bonus. So every time we're using the Pestilence with this build, we're at 119% damage bonus total. Don't forget, we do have the Ninja Bike with Resourceful, and we have that Umbra chest piece giving us 100 stacks from the Shadows. Now, the defensive tab, we're over 1.3 million armor, 132k armor on kill with 346k health. We do have 10% hazard and explosive resistance, and again, that is due to the watch level. We're not going to go over that, but instead, we're going to do some gameplay, so I hope you enjoy. And if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. I am Kamikazevondoom. This is the last of the 3 build videos, so take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Oh yeah, and roll that footage. Alrighty, then here we are with our in-between build, meaning it's in between, all DPS and tank. So we do have half of our core attributes to red and half to blue, giving us 1.3 million armor. This is Umbra Initiative with Striker and a Ninja Bike, so this gives us the most RPMs we can get on this Pestilence. And yeah, I need to switch my skills, so good thing I'm doing this little breakdown before I start. There we go. All right, so pretty standard PvE. We are going to be doing Heroic on Lincoln Memorial. Nothing too crazy. Let me get my stacks up, and we'll be on our way. Now, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. And let me know what you think in the comments. But this one's going to be the Umbra Striker hybrid. I showed this with the Ouroboros, and it was pretty nasty. But here it is with the Pestilence. Oh my gosh, just listen to that RPM. Hold on, I'm going to try to get this heavy. Woo! There he is. You can see the healing from the Umbra. Yo, he still shot a grenade even though I was right next to him? Ballsy. I like it. Oh, right next to me. Oh! Reload! Got him. Got him. Holy moly. Oh, Pestilence got him. Got him.
Additional hostiles in the memorial compound. They're moving south.
Yeah, that heavy kind of threw me out for a loop, but we're good. We good.
You'll need to find a way to open that gate.
We're good. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get my Banshee in time. Oh, hold on. Get my stacks. All right, and go.
You have been promoted to group leader. You are now group leader.
Ooh, I don't know why. Someone just joined me, but okay. All right. Oh. It's the first time in a long time someone just randomly joined me. All right. Welcome, welcome. All right. I guess we'll speed run through this then, if we have 2 people. We got him. Oh, snap.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
There we go. Alrighty. Boom.
All clear. I repeat, compound is
Alrighty.
all clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter.
Hello. I guess she just wanted to join up. That's fine. You can open the door, get my stacks. All right, here we go. Yeah, nice. Go. Oh, get the heavy. No, Nina. Agent down. Agent down. Don't worry, I'll get you. Maybe. I got you.
Damn it. The truce hasn't turned
Oh,
the memorial
there
into
we
a
go.
base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. I don't know what you're walking into.
Oh, it spawned all the way down. Oh, nice. I guess that's good for running. I didn't know that was a thing.
DC-62 detected.
Heads up. Isaac just ID'd those shells. as
Alrighty.
chemical weapons. Can't afford to let the truth
Oh,
out.
I forgot to get my stacks.
Gotta find a way to close up that.
Oopsie. Yeah, let me get my stacks first. There we go. Why is it always the reds that hit the hardest? Doesn't make any sense. Alrighty. Go, go, go. I'll at least hit this faction box. I forgot the other faction box. Oh man. Jeez.
According to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, we can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
Go, 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 go. Oh,
Immediate medical assistance needed.
there we go. Far corner. Alright. Oh, my tick's got him. Nice. Easy peasy. Easy peasy.
That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
Here we go.
Fuck you. You locked yourself in with us. Nobody's gonna run down here.
There we go. Get my stacks up and go. Boom.
Go on ahead back up.
Tardigrade.
Team from the campus is taking position
GG's.
inside the memorial.
GG's. I was not expecting the company, but the more the merrier. I mean, I guess it could have been worse. Could have joined and just been yapping the mouth the whole time, and then I probably would have had to redo the gameplay, but this was fairly...
You are no longer a...
If you hadn't stopped them,
And then,
you know they would have used
and then
those
she
weapons on
left.
us.
Didn't even
Would've
finish
ended
the
up like
mission.
Castle.
Oh my
I can't
god.
tell you how relieved I am to have you on our side. Thank you.
Okay, whatever.
Today, we
I was
dealt
about
a
to
great
drop an
blow to
exotic
the
for
True
you,
Sons
so
infrastructure.
you randomly joined
Confiscated
me
a massive cache of chemical weapons and eliminated the stronghold
and then
near the
leave
campus.
before it's even
You
finished.
should be proud.
All right,
You saved
whatever.
a lot of lives today.
To each their own, to each their own. Alright, that took 9.5 minutes. I did 460 million damage dealt and 53 kills. 66 accuracy. Real crit percentages, 29 chance, 35 damage. It's a little bit off. But no, it was fun though. Alright. So that was your Ninja Bike Umbra Striker. It's about half and half. We have, 3 blue core attributes and 4 reds. Not too shabby. And a lot of fun. Highly recommend. Just listening to that, just listen to this freaking Pestilence. This thing's dirty. I love it. That's just so dirty. I love it. 826 on the RPMs. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Let me know what you think about all these builds in the comments section below. Rate them. One, first to third, whatever. And I'll see you in the next one. I am Kamikazevondoom. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everyone. Peace.